So, you want to move to Florida for that sweet, sweet no state income tax life, right? It's the #1 thing you hear. But here's the secret they don't tell you. The budget you plan can feel completely different depending on where you live. Imagine your budget is a shopping cart. In a city like Palm Bay, a $5,000 budget gets you a cart that is literally overflowing. But in a city like Orlando, that same $5,000 gets you a cart that's half empty. And what's crazy is for the exact same stuff. It's insane. One gets you a huge house, and you can be at the beach in minutes. The other puts you in the middle of everything, but makes you pay a crazy premium for every single square foot. In this video, we are not just scratching the surface. We are digging into the real 2026 numbers that separate the marketing from what your bank account actually feels. We are gonna break down line by line the cost of living in Palm Bay versus Orlando. Stick around because this is gonna blow your mind. If we haven't met yet, my name is Stephen Thomas, and I'm a real estate pro right here in the heart of Florida. My team and I have helped hundreds of families understand the confusing and sometimes straight up misleading money side of moving to the Sunshine State. Think of us as your cheat code for Florida, showing you where the expensive tourist traps are so you can find the real value. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who have moved here because of the flashy headlines about affordability, only to get completely blindsided by costs nobody warned them about. My job is to be that warning, to be your guide on the inside, pulling back the curtain on the numbers that brokers in tourist cities don't want you to see. Today it's a head-to-head showdown. The sprawling suburban value of the Space Coast Palm Bay against the buzzing urban craziness of Orlando. Let's get into the numbers. All right, let's start with the one expense that will make or break your entire Florida budget: housing. And you have to look at the past Zillow sticker price. That's a trap. It's like your car's MSRP. It's not the real cost. We need to talk about the total monthly payment that actually leaves your bank account. First up, buying a home. Palm Bay has always been known for being affordable. Based on recent data going into 2026, the median sales price for a single family home in Palm Bay is around $315,000. For that, you're getting a solid house, a big yard, and a quiet suburban neighborhood. You might find a home from the 90s or 2000s, or even a brand new construction home. Now, let's drive 70 miles west to Orlando, where things get crazy, and it gets crazy fast. Orlando's market is way more crowded. The median sales price for a home in Orlando is way higher, hitting closer to $385,000. And listen to this. To get the same size and age of the home you'd find in Palm Bay, you'll likely be pushing to the mid 400,000s or more in popular spots like Winter Garden or Lake Nona. But a price tag is just the start. Let's turn this into a real monthly payment, because that's the number that hits. We'll use a sample scenario: buying a home with 20% down on a 30-year mortgage at 6.5% interest. And please remember, this is a super simple example. It doesn't include closing costs, HOA fees, which are basically guaranteed in Orlando, or even a maintenance budget. So, for our Palm Bay home at a median price of $315,000, your 20% down payment is roughly $63,000. Your principal and interest payment will be about $1,593 per month. Now for Orlando, using a median price of $385,000, your 20% down payment is way bigger at $77,000. The principal and interest payments on your loan will be about $1,947 a month. Right out the gate, before we even get to the other insane Florida costs, you're already looking at a difference of over $350 a month just on the mortgage. That's over $4,200 a year that stays in your bank account by choosing Palm Bay alone. What if you're renting? The gap is just as huge. According to recent data, the average rent for a normal 2-bedroom apartment in Palm Bay is in the low $1,500s to the low $1,600 a month. In Orlando, that same 2-bedroom apartment costs way more. Average rents are in the mid $1,700s to the low $1,800 range. And if you want to be near downtown or a trendy area, you'll pay well over $2,000 a month. That insane demand keeps prices high. So on housing alone, whether you buy or rent, Palm Bay takes a huge early lead. But as we know, your mortgage or rent is just part one. Now for the cost that really shocks people. Okay, if you listen to part one of this video, this is it. Everyone loves to scream no state income tax, but that gets eaten up so fast by other costs. It's like getting a huge discount on a flight and then getting hit with insane baggage fees. I'm talking about property insurance and property taxes. Let's start with homeowners insurance. You've seen the headlines. Florida's insurance market is basically on hard mode. Because of the huge risk of hurricanes, homeowners insurance is crazy expensive, sometimes 4 or even 5 times the national average. This is where location is everything. Palm Bay is in a coastal county. Even if it's not in the water, it's in the splash zone, so the risk is inherently higher. Now, Orlando, on the other hand, is in the middle of the state, which has always made it a safer bet for insurance companies. So what does this do to your wallet? Let's use our same homes in the previous example. And I have to say again, these are estimates. Your actual price will depend on your home's age, roof, and a million other things. For our $315,000 home in Palm Bay, being in a coastal county, a homeowner's insurance policy would be around $4,500 a year, or $375 a month. For our $385,000 home in Orlando, its inland location gives it an advantage. A policy might be closer to $3,800 a year, or about $317 a month. It's a crazy twist, right? The more expensive Orlando home can have cheaper insurance, but this is not a guarantee. The insurance crisis is hidden everywhere, and a new home in Palm Bay can get a better rate than an old home in Orlando. So you just have to simply get a quote. Next, property taxes. These are like a mandatory club membership fee for your county. Brevard County has a lower club fee, around 0.80%. Orange County, which is where Orlando is, charges higher rates, so we'll use about 0.95%. Now let's apply these to our homes. For the Palm Bay home valued at $315,000, your annual property tax bill might be around $2,520, which is around $210 a month. For the Orlando home, which will value at a higher $405,000 because of the market differences, the annual bill could be around $3,847 or $321 a month. So when you add up principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, the ultimate monthly cost we call PITI, the full picture gets insane. The Palm Bay PITI estimate is $1,593 plus $375, which is the insurance, plus $210, which is the taxes. That'll all equal $2,178 a month. Now let's shift to Orlando's PITI estimate. So let's start with the P&I of $1,947 plus $317 of the insurance, plus another $321, which is the taxes. Now that'll equal $2,585 a month. Even with the cheaper insurance, the much higher property taxes and home costs in Orlando makes its total housing cost way higher, a difference of over $400 a month in our scenario. Now beyond housing, your daily spend gets shaped by where you live. This is where the suburban sprawl versus dense metro battle gets real. Let's talk utilities. Your electricity provider is FPL for both, so rates are similar, but total utility bills for a comparable house with sewer, water, and trash can be higher in Orlando because of different city fees. The real budget destroyer, though, is transportation. This is Orlando's biggest hidden trap. Palm Bay is a car city for sure, but the traffic is fine and there are no toll roads. It's like driving on free public roads. Orlando is a completely different beast. It's a giant metro held together by a web of toll roads. The 408, the 417, the 528, the Turnpike. If you commute in Orlando, you're paying in tolls. It's literally a subscription fee to use the fast lane that could easily cost a commuter $100 to $200 a month. Then there's car insurance. Florida is already expensive, but guess what? Your rate is tied to your zip code. The insane traffic and higher accident rates in Orlando, it means drivers there pay a huge premium compared to a quieter area like Palm Bay. Finally, groceries and food. A Publix run costs about the same in both cities. But as we know, Orlando's lifestyle has a million ways to take your money. It's like having a pantry. In Palm Bay, it's stocked with normal everyday food. In Orlando, the pantry is filled with expensive gourmet traps designed to drain your wallet. It's just easier to drop a ton of money on a fancy dinner, which inflates your budget without even realizing it. So, what does your money actually buy you in quality of life? In Palm Bay, your savings buys you space and a slower pace. Your money gets you more house, a bigger yard, and it buys you quiet. It's like choosing a big, comfortable SUV. It's practical, spacious, and it gives you a smooth, relaxed ride for less gas. The culture is built around community, being outdoors, and you're just a 30 to 40 minute drive from Melbourne Beach. In Orlando, you're paying a premium for access and nonstop energy. This is like choosing a supercar. It's exciting and fast and puts you in the middle of the action, but it costs a fortune to maintain and there's no leg room. You're in a major economic hub with a huge job market. You've got pro sports, world famous theme parks, and something to do 24/7. And for many, that premium is worth it. So let's put it all together. We'll build a fake monthly budget for a family. I have to say this again, This is just an example. Your personal spending will change these numbers completely. This isn't just for comparison. So when you lay it all out on the table, if you're talking PITI on a median home, Palm Bay's is around $2,178. For Orlando, $2,585. Next, when it comes to utilities, in Palm Bay you're thinking about $400. In Orlando, it's around $450 a month. For transportation, and we're talking 2 cars with fuel and insurance, in Palm Bay, we'll say $750, and in Orlando, it's about $950. When it comes to groceries, you're looking at $800 in Palm Bay and $850 in Orlando. When it comes to healthcare premiums, you're looking at about $450 in Palm Bay and in Orlando. Now, when it comes to discretionary spending, thinking dining and entertainment, Palm Bay is around $400 a month, Orlando is around $600 a month. Now, when it comes to the total amount, Palm Bay, you have $4,978 a month, and Orlando, you have $5,885 a month. Now, when you lay it out, the difference is shocking. In this scenario alone, the Orlando lifestyle demands over $900 more a month. That's not just a number. That's like having a whole extra car payment every single month. And that's just to live in the Orlando zip code. To put it in perspective, that's almost $11,000 a year. So, who wins the 2026 cost of living battle? If we're basing this on pure math, Palm Bay absolutely destroys Orlando. Your dollar simply goes so much further, especially in housing. For families, retirees, or remote workers, Palm Bay offers a much more affordable path to the Florida lifestyle without the crazy financial stress. But you can't ignore the other side. Orlando offers a bunch of jobs and career opportunities that might make its higher cost a smart trade-off. If your career is in Orlando, the higher income could completely cancel out the higher cost of living. Here's the verdict. Palm Bay wins on cost. Orlando wins on opportunity. It's that simple. Now, choosing between 2 cities is about more than money, but knowing the real cost is the first step into not making a huge mistake. If this value has you leaning towards the value and lifestyle of the Space Coast, my team and I are here to help you take that next step. So if you're looking to buy your dream home in Palm Bay or anywhere in Brevard County, click the link in the description below to book a private consultation with us. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Move to Florida the right way. If you're a current homeowner and thinking about selling and want to know how to maximize your equity in this specific market, we can help you with that too. Click the link in the description below to book a call. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Sell in Florida the right way. And if you're an investor looking to capitalize on the growth in the Space Coast, we can guide you to the best opportunities. The link to book a strategy call is also in the description below. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Invest in Florida the right way. We'd be honored to help you plan your next move. The choice between Palm Bay and Orlando is a choice between 2 different versions of the same Florida lifestyle. One is a dream of affordability, space, and a quiet life near the coast. The other is a dream of ambition, energy, and access to everything a world-class city offers. Neither decision is right or wrong, but moving here without knowing the true financial impact is a mistake you cannot afford to make. The marketing will always show you the sunshine, and we're here to show you the math. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.